We're standing at the back of the Gummer building, also known as the Brownlow block, located on Douglas Street in downtown Guelph. Douglas Street was actually originally a back alley for access to the county jail on Woolwich Street, but it became lined with stone buildings, the Crown Attorney's Office, and businesses supporting the downtown and St. George's Square area. The building that we're looking at was built in approximately 1872 of locally quarried limestone. Originally a two-story building, the third and fourth floor were added in the 1890s. And architecturally, it's quite a lovely building built in a neoclassic vernacular Italianate style, in which added arched lintels on the second floor, and a beautiful exceptional cornice was added when the third and fourth floors were built. We do not know who the architect was, but the builder William Day, who's responsible for many significant Guelph buildings, was a co-owner of this building. In 1905, Gertrude Gummer became a partner with William Day in the ownership of this building, and it was often used for offices, architects' offices, lawyers' offices, insurance agent offices. And in the early part of 1900s, it was also the switchboard operations center for the Bell Telephone Company before the Bell building was built on nearby Cork Street. In 1912, the building came under the ownership of Bertram and Harry Gummer, who were the operators of the Gummer Press. They published the Guelph Herald, as well as operating as book publishers in the city. And the building became known as the Gummer Block from that moment on. It is part of a larger streetscape that's quite significant in Guelph, because it has also become the backdrop for films. And it has doubled for Nazi Germany during World War II. It has been Victorian Boston. It's such a lovely streetscape that it's part of the economic revitalization of downtown to have it intact. The building became victim to fire on the early morning hours of Easter weekend in 2007. And it was a significant event in the downtown because a number of businesses were displaced. The building seemed like it was going to be lost to us as part of our heritage. The city at the time had an interest in having the building redeveloped, and there is a heritage tax increment-based financing incentive that was in place to help the owners to rehabilitate the building. The facade was structurally sound. Thankfully, stone buildings are very thick-walled, and it was determined that structurally the facade of the building could be rehabilitated, and the work that you are seeing is part of that rehabilitation work. The owners at the time, Skyline Incorporated, committed to turning the building back into viable space, and that project remains underway. Downtown Guelph has gone through many transformations over its life as a financial center, a commercial center, and home to many residents in the downtown core. And it's undergoing more transformation in the future as this building redevelops. The plan for this particular site is to develop a commercial office building, and it currently has a confirmed major tenant, the Cooperators, which is one of the significant downtown tenants on Macdonnell Street as well. One of the great things about the Gummer building before the fire was that it was the home to many startup businesses, and it was an incubator center for many entrepreneurs. The low rents meant that artists and small companies could locate in this building and operate in a downtown location at a fairly reasonable cost. The new building will have a single major tenant that will hopefully draw incubator businesses nearby to support the Cooperators as they begin to transform this area into a commercial center.